Justin Bieber is going through some really serious mental struggles right now. I mean, you see it. And could it be that he is reflecting on what had happened to him?
Sources also say that Bieber never had a relationship with Diddy, but instead was friendly with Diddy's sons.
Justin Bieber is more broke than we thought. Like, allegedly borrowing credit cards and buying private jets that can't afford to keep up with friends.
Breaking news, a human leg has been found near Taylor Swift's home.
Wait, did Blake Lively just send Taylor Swift a warning?
Justin Bieber's life is taking a dark path because not only is his substance use up for question, but now his financial issues have become a center point, and his wife, Hailey, is forced to pay the bills. Taylor Swift is fuming after Blake Lively bullied her into supporting her side. Taylor doesn't even know who Justin Baldoni is, and now she's trying to forget everything she knows about Blake. So let's get into it. There's been a lot happening in Hollywood, and it looks like Taylor Swift is going to get wrapped up in the It Ends With Us lawsuit drama, whether she wants it or not. And she could thank her friend Blake Lively for that, because Blake Lively is now threatening Taylor Swift and seemingly planting bad stories about her in the press. But before we get into what Taylor Swift has been going through, let's talk about Justin Bieber. We've been watching the Diddy trial every single day, waiting for Justin Bieber's name to come up, but his reps say it won't. As far as Diddy getting locked up, Justin has remained quiet on everything, not speaking about it, unfollowing Diddy on Instagram, but that's about it. Justin's team is working overtime, giving the press constant statements about his well-being. As far as the Diddy trial goes, they claim that he's not a victim, and then by assuming that he is actually taking away from real victims who need the focus right now.
As for those videos, TMZ says they were all performative for public consumption, according to their sources. Their sources also say that Bieber never had a relationship with Diddy, but instead was friendly with Diddy's sons, Quincy and Justin. And all of this comes as TMZ releases a new investigative special called What Happened to Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber is going through some really serious mental struggles right now. I mean, you see it. And could it be that he is reflecting on what had happened to him? And so a lot of people are saying that. So we over at TMZ here have done a lot of digging on this. And we have talked to people both who were in Justin's life, who are no longer there because this was a long time ago, and people who are currently in Justin's life. And they are all telling us the same thing, that nothing ever happened, that he wasn't really friends at all with Diddy. He was friends with Diddy's two sons, and that nothing ever happened. This was all performative. We contacted Justin's people, and we told them, you know, what we had gotten, and they simply said, okay, and hung up. And they called back and they said, we want to give you a statement. And they corroborated that. And they said nothing ever happened. And the reason why they were silent for the last month or two is because they said they didn't want to take away the attention from the alleged victims who were pressing cases or who were alleged victims in the criminal case.
After Diddy was arrested, a source told people that Justin was focusing on his family after welcoming his son, Jack Blues, saying that he is fully aware of the Diddy arrest and the allegations, but it's not anything he wanted to focus on. In March of last year, there was a clip of Diddy hanging out with Justin Bieber. This was an old clip of Justin when he was 15 years old. You guys may remember that Diddy and Justin spent a lot of time together when Justin was a young kid, and seemingly it seems like Justin, went to Diddy's parties, and we all know what happened there. I mean, why in the video does he even need to say where we're hanging out and what we're doing? We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream, and we're gonna go full, buck full crazy, buck full crazy, buck full crazy.
Now, TMZ has been doing a deep dive into Justin and speaking to pretty much anyone who will speak to them. And granted, there's not a lot of people who are, but the people who are speaking to TMZ, they're starting to build this narrative that Justin went broke, which is why he sold his catalog. Harvey at TMZ said, I was on a call with multiple people. Justin's side acknowledges that in 2022, he was on the verge of financial collapse, and that's why he sold all of his music. Selling your catalog means he sold all the rights to all of his music to someone. So essentially, every time it's played on the radio and things like that, that person gets paid, not Justin. If someone wants to use Justin's music in a movie, they have to get permission from that person, and then they pay that person. Justin was spending tons of money while he was on tour. With 8 buses and $2 million spent on bus renovations, it seems like his everyday flying on expensive jets and purchasing these mega mansions caught up to him. Rumblings of financial issues have been circling Justin for some time. Just last month, it was reported that he owes Scooter Braun, his former manager, $8 million. Actually, $8.8 million. And yes, it counts. It looks like Justin actually took a loan from Scooter at the time to help him. And that is why he owes him this money, because he never repaid the loan. Last October, an insider told Page 6 that Justin's spending habits were out of control. He spends eye-watering amounts per month. At one point, he couldn't even get a credit card. Justin is surrounded by a lot of people that do not have his best interests at heart. Probably those sketchy friends with their long, messy hair all smoking the bongs all day with him. He's flying all of his friends in private jets to his birthday party, putting it all over Instagram. He'll spend $300,000 at Nobu at Coachella, but he hasn't worked in a really long time. And additionally, people have been worried about his use of drugs and his erratic behavior. In April, several sources in Justin's inner circle said they feared that he was not living his purpose, that he's lost. There's no one protecting him because there's no one willing to say no to him. Now, it's interesting that that report brought up the money that Justin spent at Nobu at Coachella, because Scooter Braun also included that in his statement. Scooter has sat back patiently while Justin is spending millions on partying and renting out Nobu at Coachella. He has given him so much grace, but he cares so deeply for him, but Justin continues to go on like this, and he feels like he's being taken advantage of. Scooter bailed him out on his tour. He covered his entire eye-watering debt for the cancellation due to his illness. Justin has not tried to pay him back. He needs to pay back the $8 million, and this should be prioritized over launching a clothing brand. Scooter doesn't know if he'll be getting the money back, but it just shows the money drama around Justin. It's a major upheaval and uphill battle for Justin right now in many facets of his life.
Justin Bieber is more broke than we thought. TMZ's investigation has gotten messy, like allegedly borrowing credit cards and buying private jets that can't afford to keep up with friends. In TMZ's new investigator series Behind the Biebers, Scooter allegedly tried to stop the sale of the $200 million catalog while he was on the Justice Tour, told him to wait till January 2022 because of tax purposes. According to TMZ, Justin was so broke he had to do it in December of 2021, and that's just the beginning of the Biebers' financial downfall, according to TMZ. While Justin was on tour, Hailey demanded an upgrade in private jets to the size of her friend Kylie Jenner's, because allegedly she was not taking a lesser jet. When Justin's team offered her a smaller jet, she refused it. TMZ investigator reports that this was the start of the Bieber spending problem. Then Justin's Justice Tour got canceled because Justin owed concert promoter AEG $24 million, but it was actually $34 million, and he still owed Scooter Braun that $9 million.
Now, because of all these financial issues, it turns out that Hailey has become the breadwinner in their relationship with her skincare Rhode. Comment below if you guys use Rhode. The source told the news outlet that Hailey is also a big spender, and her Rhode company hasn't made too much money yet. I mean, the company itself is starting to gain in worth, but it's not at like Rare Beauty Selena Gomez level yet. Sorry for the comparison.
This is my phone. Very straightforward, obviously. These are a couple more that I keep on me, and I really just use them for a lot of the simple stuff like surfing anonymously, commenting, stalking, viewing girls' pages, making multiple accounts, you know, that kind of thing. This is a little tincture potion that I got. I would say probably when I was around 12, my dad flew me to go meet with this witch who lived in the mountains, and she made this specifically for me. She told me that it would make a young Canadian pop star fall in love with me. So yeah, I've been taking this one for years. Absolutely love it. Thanks, Dad.
But it seems like when it comes to Justin's financial issues, they've been a problem for a long time. And he's gone to a lot of different people who built up his career to go and ask for help. I mean, I think it shows that he became famous when he was, you know, a young teen, never really got the concept of money, and this is the consequence.
TMZ investigator claims their financial situation got so bad in 2022, Justin would go to Will Bracey and ask for his credit card. He's part of Justin's church and is the current director of operations for everything for Justin Bieber. TMZ investigator then goes into the Selena Gomez drama, says that the drama has always been one one-sided. Their sources claim Selena Gomez is constantly on Hailey Bieber's mind. According to people from Justin's team, Selena is a, quote, thorn in their side, not because Selena has done anything. It's their own, especially Hailey's perception of Selena. According to this investigative report, current issue is that he smokes a lot.
This comment asked, where's Hailey to protect him and say no? Where's his mother? This person responded that Hailey's busy shielding their infant son from Justin, who seems to be fading fast. He hasn't been to school since he was 14 years old. He's not a US citizen and said he has no plans to become one. Which I think if you're married to Hailey, then you pretty much become one automatically. They write, I'd be willing to bet any amount of money that he takes all sort of drugs, both legal and illegal. At some point, his wife will have to file for divorce and custody, get both plus half his net worth, and Justin will flee back to Canada with his mom and plan a comeback. Speaking of comeback, it looks like Taylor Swift might need to plan hers because Blake Lively is coming for her throat. On May 14th, 2025, there was a disturbing discovery because Taylor Swift happened to have a human leg bone found right next to her property. This was in Rhode Island, and police were called to the scene at 9:30 a.m. Officials say there's no evidence of foul play. I mean, it's pretty unsettling to find a leg bone. Also interesting that Taylor Swift's name is being attached to this. I wonder who's doing that. I mean, we all know Blake Lively loves her press offices and her publicity people to go and push these kind of stories. There are people speculating who this could be, who this leg bone could belong to. I mean, there are some trespassers who attempt to break into these homes, but I mean, would this trespasser fall off a cliff? I don't think there's any cliffs here, so I don't know how they would have been unalive.
Breaking news, a human leg has been found near Taylor Swift's home. The scene unfolded not too far away from Taylor Swift's holiday house in Rhode Island on the morning of May 14th. Westerly, Rhode Island police confirmed that what appeared to be human remains were found in the Watch Hill area. This is a, quote, affluent area where the singer's seaside mansion is located. Officers say they arrived on the scene of Everett Avenue around 9:30 a.m. It was at that time they uncovered, quote, what appeared to be a human leg bone. According to a statement, they said the remains were then transported to the Rhode Island Medical Examiner's office for analysis. They said, quote, investigators are awaiting official confirmation of the identity of the remains. However, they did state that no foul play is suspected at this time. They said in regards to distance from Taylor Swift's home, quote, it was probably a couple football fields away. This area is known for having a, quote, strong sense of privacy.
Now let's talk about the new reports involving Taylor Swift and Blake Lively. Taylor's name has now been entered into a bunch of court documents, and they're going back and forth between Justin Baldoni's lawyer and Blake's team. They argue that Blake used Taylor Swift as part of her strategy to take over the film. Justin's lawyer Brian wrote a letter saying that Blake told Taylor to delete their text messages and that a legal rep for Blake tried to get a statement of support for Blake Lively from Taylor Swift, but she refused to do so. And of course, if Taylor did not give this letter of support, then Blake Lively has some text messages she would be willing to share. But you know what? Blake's lawyers are walking this back, saying that it is not true. Taylor's reps also tried to deny her involvement in the film, saying, you know, she just approved some of the music. She never set foot on set, which I'm calling BS. You have to think of the intent of every statement. I mean, Taylor's team, they don't want to say too much. So the fact they're saying all of this, that she didn't do that, she didn't do this, she only did one thing, approve of a song, to me, it's like they're kind of lying because we could prove otherwise. A source close to Taylor tells the publication that her friendship with Blake has halted and Taylor wants no part in this drama. Another source added that Blake and Taylor are allegedly taking some space from each other for the time being, but that they're no longer friends, which seems to be a pretty important distinction. So if Blake has to come back, maybe Taylor's willing to hear her out. Blake has been active on social media and attending public events. Actually, our friend Sebastian Soto found a few stories that Blake had posted, and it seems to suggest that she's trying to send us a message that she keeps her receipts.
Wait, did Blake Lively just send Taylor Swift a warning? Everyone is saying that Blake Lively just allegedly sent out a warning to Taylor Swift in code. Okay, so she posted this picture saying, don't invite me to a 90s party if you want grunge. I live and die by glitter, pop for life 143. Okay, girl. But here's where it gets juicy. She found this very iconic Spice Girl watch, but it's the caption that has everybody talking, saying, I've had this watch since I was 10. This is a problem for hoarders. Moments of validation when you have a reason to say, see, I knew I kept this for 27 years for tonight. Also, let's be real. This watch is a treasure and my baby necklace that I've had equally as long. So now people are saying that, girl, this is allegedly a warning because she keeps receipts and that allegedly she is not afraid to use them and that she will have a moment of validation by saying, I knew there was a reason to save this.
Now, this is breaking news, but a recent federal court decision may bring a sigh of relief to Taylor and Travis Kelce as the judge moves to tamp down the escalating legal drama that's pulling the couple in. The dispute centers around the harassment case involving Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, which has now taken an unexpected turn with Taylor Swift's name as the main spotlight. Now, the judge isn't happy with Brian Friedman. I mean, I think the judge thinks that Brian's doing too much for Justin Baldoni, saying that they are legally maneuvering to promote scandal and to get him some attention on this case, which is what Brian Friedman's hired to do. He's a celebrity lawyer. At least Taylor has her relationship going for her. A source was quoted saying that she and Travis, they're still so in love and enjoying spending time together with their friends and each other during off season. There's no trouble at all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We had a bunch of different topics all over the place, so I hope you enjoyed. Let's go ahead and open this letter. It looks like it's from American Immersion Theater Headquarters. Okay, interesting. So, you guys know I have a P.O. box. I have a few packages I need to get to opening. I'm sorry. I'll do them soon. I'll do them this week. But I wanted to go ahead and open this letter. Let's go ahead and see what it is. It looks like we have a bunch of stickers right here. I know I shouldn't look at these right away, but I have to. Oh, funny. Oh, okay. I heart true crime. Hi, Sloan. I am Joe. I'm the media coordinator with American Immersion Theater. We're an experimental entertainment company which creates opportunities for people to participate and become part of the story. You are one of my favorite creators on YouTube, and I would love for you to become part of our affiliate program. Oh, Murder Mystery Co. Interesting. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. I'll have to look into that, but it looks like you guys have cool little merch. I love that. Little stickers and things like that. I was famous for a day, and I loved it. Can you imagine? Would you want to be famous for a day? Comment below. Or would you want to be famous in general? I feel like a lot of people who are young, they always want to be famous. You know, little high schoolers and things. They think being famous is the dream. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you in a new one soon. Bye, guys.